All right, lads. Today we're going to be talking about how to get and use social proof to sign more clients. If you don't know who I am, Daniel Fazio, currently employing 26 people, hang around anywhere in the range of $250,000 to $400,000 per month across a portfolio of a bunch of different companies, software, marketing agency, client extension right here, where we guarantee you add $10,000 per month in new business, or you don't pay. That is specifically for marketing agencies and B2B businesses. And the things that we are going to be covering today are how to create case study machines, how not to use social proof, and how to get proof as a beginner. So something that you need to understand functionally is that your company will grow in direct proportion to the amount of quantifiable social proof you have, right? And now here are examples of some of mine. So I got Chandler here, 3.5 million after he joined client extension. Dylan hit $42,000 per month in 5 months inside client extension. Colin hit $100,000 per month. Sam, $55,000 per month. Dylan hit $40K a month. Michael is $80K a month. Scott, $33K a month. Kyle, $70K a month. All of these people are actually monumentally higher than this now because these are just dated. Like Sam's at like 80. Dylan's more than that. Colin's more than that. Scott's at like 49,000 a month or something. Like David's at like 150K a month or so. This is dated. But what I'm trying to get you to understand here is I just presented you a whole bunch of these with a direct quantification. These people joined my product and they hit this specific revenue number. It is a direct current state, gap, end state. You see what I mean? They hit this thing by using me. It is case study. And it is case studies and direct results like that get people to purchase from you, right? So we're going to talk about the functions of this and go and dive deeper into it. But the entire function of your company is to become a case study machine, right? You have to understand this. The sole and only reason to sign a client is to get them results and turn it into a case study. The entire existence of your business is to operate in this perpetual oscillation of signing clients, turning them into case studies, to which such case study will acquire you more clients. It looks like this: client, case study, client, case study, client, case study, client, case study. If you sign a client and don't get the results, you wasted the opportunity to produce a case study, which would otherwise result in more clients. That is the entire functional system of your business, particularly if you're a marketing agency or a B2B company, which are exactly the kinds of clients I work with at Client Ascension. So imagine you have a choice between only two things in your offer. You can either have a guarantee or you can have proof. Ideally, you want both, but you should pick the proof if you could only do one, because proof will drive more sales because it's obvious it works, right? So having quantifiable case studies improves every single metric, right? Response rates on cold emails, call booking rate, call closing rate, how much money you can charge. So we could sit here and I can make videos independently across how to increase your cold email response rate, how to increase your call booking rate on your cold emails, how to increase your call close rate, how to charge more money. I can make independent videos with individual sectioned off advice for each of those. But if I were to tell you what's one thing that can improve all of them simultaneously, it's having proof. It's having proof and case studies that you can actually deliver quantifiable results to clients repeatedly, tangible results, right? So let's say you're charging $3,000 and you have a case study that says somebody made $42,000. When you drop the price of $3,000, when you're on a call and you say, okay, to someone, okay, it's $3,000, compared to what they were exposed to, I made this person $42,000. That $3,000 is incredibly reasonable. It makes sense in relation to that, right? So the person came into the call with the context that it is a completely feasible outcome that they too might also make $42,000. So if we're talking about client extension, I got Dylan over here, $42,000. Chandler, $3.5 million. Sam, $55K a month. Colin, $100K a month. If you drop a price like $3,000 a month, that's completely reasonable based off the context with which they've been exposed to. Right now, let's say you made somebody $1 million and then you say it's $20,000. This again is completely reasonable because of the context. You see what I mean? So if you're charging $20,000 though, and your only case study says you made somebody $42,000, you're going to have a difficult time closing the deal. Or if you worked with a client and you charged $3,000 and your only case study says you made them $5,000, $3,000 is expensive. But if you charge people $3,000 and you repeatably, tangibly get people results in excess of 10 times that, $3,000 is a very reasonable price to charge, right? You're able to charge money in direct proportion to the depth of your case studies. And depth of case studies is more important than quantity of case studies. Right? So let's talk about how to not use social proof, because I see this all the time. People, they'll do things like, I increased this person's leads by 32%, or I reduced the lead cost 27%, or the case study says, we loved working with him. You might as well not even get the case study. Like, the entire function of the case study is to show like a tangible result. Right? And this does not, it does not look like an end result. This is not showing an end result. Did you make money or no? Right? The caveat here is that sometimes direct monetary result is not always what people actually want. So like for instance of this is I used to run an Instagram growth agency like 5 years ago. And I originally made the promise was that people would make more money from Instagram. But it turned out, based off of research and actually speaking to people, they didn't care about making more money from Instagram. This specific niche, it was fitness coaches. They did not care about making more money from Instagram. They exclusively cared about followers. That was the only thing they cared about. So it's not always direct money people want, but most of the time, like if you're B2B or you're a marketing agency, almost 100% of the time is going to be direct monetary results, right? So every single thing you want a person to do needs to include a reason as to why they should do it, right? So if you're titling your case studies with a big bold their name above it, nobody cares, right? So they don't care what the person's name is. The big giant title should be an exact number of how much money they made. So like you've seen this before. You've been on somebody's website and maybe they have like testimonials and there's like a headline and a sub-headline. What they do with the headline in big, bold, giant letters, they put the person's name. In the sub-headline, it's like their company, and then buried in the small text is like the semblance of a quantification or a tangible result, which is the complete opposite of what you want to do. You want the tangible result to be a big, bold headline, and then their name to be a sub-headline. The tangible result is more important than the name. This is so obvious, but I see this mistake all the time. So like, here's an example. This is what it needs to look like. So this is a screenshot directly from my sales page. Big bold right here. How Chandler hit $3.5 million in sales inside Client Ascension. How Sam built a $55,000 per month TikTok agency. How Kyle hit $70,000 per month. I gotta update these. They literally, these guys are like almost 2 times harder. Kyle's at like 140. Sam's at like 80 or something like that. That's because Client Ascension works. So if you're a marketing agency or B2B business and you want to get results similar to that and you want us to guarantee that you do in fact get results like that, you should go to the description of this video or just below it, clientascension.com, and you should apply to work with us. So next section, how do you get proof as a beginner? You will typically hear me say things like it takes 6 to 8 months to start getting any traction in your business, right? And the reason for this 6 to 8 months is solely 100% exclusively due to the time delay of acquiring case studies. Because remember, the growth of your business is directly proportional with how many tangible results you have delivered for clients, how much evidence you have that your thing does in fact work, right? So your business and client acquisition will immediately and indistinguishably start moving extraordinarily faster at the exact moment you produce your first good case study, like good. Depth matters more than quantity, right? So when you are a beginner, you need to take what you can get. You don't have the luxury of charging people $5,000 to $10,000 and putting them on a 6-month contract when you have no proof your thing works. So you're going to see this a lot on the internet when you are marketed to by other marketers. They're going to say, oh, you can be a growth partner and you can charge clients $5,000 to $10,000 per month and take a rev share. And marketing agencies are dying. You can be a growth partner. A growth partner is an agency, but they just charge more money plus a rev share. But you can't charge more money or a rev share if you don't have proof that your shit works. So it's like a spin on a unique mechanism, just trying to trying to skip over the part where the part where you ask somebody to give you money, right? Who would join Client Ascension if there wasn't proof that it worked? Like, there's just proof. Like, there's so much proof. You can't skip this part, right? So let's say you sign a client for free. Here's a huge mistake people will make when signing a free client, right? They will not share their intentions. And what do I mean by intentions? The only situation where you should sign a free client as a beginner is if you have made this one abundantly 100% clear. And it is the fact that I am only doing this for a case study. You are agreeing to share any and all metrics, numbers, and sales as a result of our working together. There is no other function of this relationship beyond me producing a case study. If you work with somebody for free, you need to make it abundantly clear. That is what you were doing this for, right? This is the reason 90% of businesses fail. You're going to see this a lot. People are going to tell you 90% of businesses fail. And the reason 90% of businesses fail is because they don't exist long enough to produce case studies, social proof, or results. And all of this will occur after month 6. All of it. So after you have been making almost no money for an extremely long period of time, building up competence, actually becoming the person capable of delivering results, is when you will make all of the money. So my message to you is to stop giving up on the thing and start getting case studies. And if you're currently making over $5,000 per month in your marketing agency or B2B business, join Client Ascension if you want us to add you a minimum of $10,000 per month in new revenue, or you don't pay. You will not pay. You will receive a 100% refund if you don't get this absolute minimum amount of new revenue in your business working with us. We have an absurd amount of client results, tangible results at clientascension.com. After that opt-in, put your stuff in there and you will see everything. It works. Go here. Subscribe, like the video. Love you.